Hi, fire signs. Happy February. I don't know about you all, but I am so glad January's over. There have been a lot of jokes circulating on the internet, even amongst people who are not, quote, on the spiritual path that have said that January was the longest year ever, not month, it was the longest year. And I really do feel that it's been the case that for not just fire signs, but everybody in the collective, whether they realize they're on this path or not, there's just been so much happening energetically. So, as you know, this is a general reading. So take what resonates, toss the rest. I have a link below to, which I've had, on a lot of my videos lately, to Cafe Astrology, so you can check other aspects of your natal chart. So if for some reason this is not resonating for you, you might want to check out, see what your moon sign is, and if it's a water sign, perhaps that video will make more sense for you. And if not, then maybe next month I will tap into your energy. So. I'm trying to think of what else I was going to say. Oh, I wanted to mention that I was getting everything set up here to get ready for the video, and I picked up the deck that I'm going to use, which is, I think it's the Light Seers Tarot is what it's called, I believe. Just, I was really drawn to this deck, and it was funny because I just had this feeling that a certain card was going to come out just because I'm a Sag, I'm a fire sign, and I picked this up to move stuff around. Anyway, one card just was left on the table and I didn't notice, and I sat down to start, and it's this one card is sitting here, and I'm like, that's a little bit odd. So it is Death Rebirth. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I'm like completely. I felt like this in the last Mercury retrograde, and ironically, we're about to enter another one in Scorpio season. It was the last one in October, and I just felt like a complete transformation, a complete new life starting, and I feel like it's happening right now. So I feel like this was definitely not random. That of all the 78 cards, that this one, literally was laying there by itself. So it's going to kind of be the capstone here. I'm going to lay it. We'll see what other themes come out. So I'm going to pull a spread. And I said this in the air signs video, if you didn't see that one, that I'm open to suggestions for how this is going to work. I am going to do just a general reading and then an extended over on Vimeo, like I did for the zodiac signs for the 2020 forecast. That reading, the extended, will also be $7.77. That link is down below. What we're going to do is I'm going to pull a spread here. We're just going to see what themes come out. I also had a deck that really screamed at me that it wanted to give a message for fire signs. It was a different one for air signs, but for us, we have the power of surrender. So there's a message that I will give before going to the extended, and then we're going to expand and get into pull another spread with a different deck and see just what transpires. So without further ado, I'll kind of take a look at the current energy, and then if that's resonating, we'll get more in depth as far as what's coming in February. Let's issue for fire signs. It's really hot all of a sudden. I had a sweater on, and then I was like, I better. Whew. Wow. That's interesting. Wow. Okay. Okay, we have a lot going on here. Whew. I'm not surprised, though. All right, I can see what's going on this side, but let me take a minute and try to assess what's going on here. Okay. So what I'm picking up on is there's been an extensive amount of self, there's been growth, there's been work tangible efforts put into yourself and your journey and your progress. And I feel like just in the last couple of weeks, couple of months, there has been an extensive amount. It's just like I'm just getting, it's just like multiplying rapidly. Okay, and so this is the Seven of Pentacles energy, and you can see in this deck. It's interesting that I was drawn to use this deck for fire signs. I used a different one for air signs. This guy is sitting here. He's kind of contemplative, and he's kind of putting his. You can see it almost looks like, I don't know if you guys can see it up close, but he's kind of got Reiki energy emanating from his hand over this little sprout that he's growing. And I think what's happening too is all he's seeing is this is the message I'm getting from this, is he's seeing this sprout. He's been working on it a really damn long time. And he's kind of forlorn, kind of like, all right, when is this gonna just freaking like explode? I thought this would be a tree by now. I thought this would be a freaking forest by now. Why is this little sprout just here? What he's not seeing is what's going on underneath the surface, or quote, behind the scenes, right? I mean, look at all these. It's not just roots that are down there. This is crazy. This is like, these are actual, what I'm picking up on. I mean, they're pentacles. They represent the pentacles in this card, of course, but they're energetic, almost like pods. They're just, I just am getting this energy, like he's pouring himself into this, and he's about to reap the rewards. I get the sense that many of you, myself included, being a fire sign, kind of feel like, my God, I've been putting so much into this for so long, but you don't see what's about to come out. You don't see what's coming forth. And I feel like when it does, it's going to happen very quickly. All of these things are just building and building and building. And it's not going to take much, when it's time for this to just shoot up, and all this beautiful abundance is going to come in. But in the interim, as I was saying right now, we're wanting this, the Page of Wands. We're wanting that quick result. We're wanting that, the communication, if it's a divine partnership that you're waiting on, if it's a job, if it's a career or some sort of breakthrough you've been waiting for, you're wanting it, but you're feeling like it's out of your grasp right now. You're feeling like, I can't catch a break. I'm going round and round in circles trying to make this happen, and I just don't. And you sometimes, you get to the point where, with the blocking energy being the Six of Wands, you start to wonder if it's ever going to be successful. Is it really possible for me to have this? Feeling like it's just not going to happen. And so then the doubts creep in, right? And so what we've got going on here is this sort of balance. I don't want to say it's balance. It's like a fight, almost like the duality of you stepping into your power as the Emperor, stepping into your knowing, right? And just trusting and taking your place at the throne and saying, you know what? Like, I've done all this work. I have transformed. I'm seeing things from a higher perspective. I'm looking at things. I mean, look, the face that's under this cloak, there's no face. It's the universe. It's, oh my God. Oh, you guys, you can't, it's a freaking forest. It's a freaking forest. And did you see how the camera just lit up when I said that? I mean, he's waiting. I just said earlier, he's waiting for this to be, you thought it would be a freaking forest by now. You're putting this into it. This is what's happening. You're transforming into that, right? But for some of us, sorry, of course my cats are being idiots. They never do this until I'm on the video. Anyway, that distracted me, but this is happening, but there's some transformation that has to take place to get you into this timeline. That's what I'm getting. That's the message I'm getting. Okay. And the problem is there's this struggle right now. There's this duality going on between, waiting and just like knowing that it's coming, knowing you're the Emperor, knowing that you are in your divine power, right? You're in your divine power. The energy in here is so crazy right now. It's so intense. I think that's why they're out of control, because I'm on fire. I need to just keep a spray bottle like right here and just zap them. That's what I need to do. Anyway, so I hope you guys can't hear what I do, but so there's this duality going on between the emperor and the devil. Okay. You are at this crossroads, and oh my God. So we've got, okay, we'll get to that in a minute. Okay. Because there's definitely crossroads cards in here. You're at this crossroads where you're going through this threshold of transforming and leaving the 3D paradigms behind, the doubts. Like, the work that you've done. You realize that it's going to happen. It's going to happen, but there are still these doubts and fears that creep in that maybe it's never going to happen. Why is it taking so long? What am I doing wrong? And so I'm here to tell you, the message I'm getting is, if you're noticing these shifts, if this is resonating, if you're noticing that this transformation in yourself, that maybe you're changing your routine up completely. You're letting go. You're relinquishing addictions. The devil can definitely be about addictions, but it can also be just about fears. It can be about ego, any of those types of things. But if you are stepping more into this, and you're wanting to step out of your shadow, right? The position is what you're wanting. And I'm getting that you're wanting to let go of this. You're wanting to overcome it, cut away anything toxic, Ace of Swords, anything that's no longer serving you, any patterns. These cards are so powerful, you guys. I'm not even kidding. It's crazy. I was drawn to these because this is like the spiral staircase, like the lessons and the things that keep coming back and round again until you get it right. You keep getting presented with the same lessons. And I was just saying at the beginning of the video that January, I feel like I had every single lesson from the last year, maybe the last 2 years of my entire journey, manifest itself in January. It was just like boom, 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 boom. And I mean, obviously there were times I faltered a little bit, but it's like stuff that would take me months or years to not recognize or let go of or step away from. It would take a matter of days. Okay. We're being very much tested to set our boundaries and to be self-sustaining, to let go of addictions, to let go of codependency, and trust and believe that what we have planted, the seeds we have planted, they're going to manifest. So we're being asked to step into this energy. This guy, he's content alone. He's sitting here, he's like, yeah, I got, the entire world, like, I don't know what planet this is behind him, but he's like, I got all this going on behind me. Like, I don't need anybody. I'm good. Versus this guy who is wanting, any kind of external gratification, stimulation, anything, because he's afraid to be alone, because he's afraid, to let go of these lessons. And so it's like, once we stop, going round and round in the staircase, see this light up here? You get to this point where you get to your forest. Okay. This is so profound. So once you start cutting away the bullshit, okay, these lessons, these things that present themselves, I'm getting, very strongly, I had this happen for myself this month, where some things completely unexpectedly happened. Friendships that, people, one person in particular, I thought I had been friends with for years, and maybe more was even developing there, and all of a sudden it's just like complete, boom. And at the same time, it's probably one of the biggest blessings, because my soul has been urging me to do certain things, to start doing yoga more. I've been urged to do that for years. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember, I don't know if I shared it, what video I shared it on, but I came home from a trip, one of my mini trips last year, and my TV was on, and my friend had not been here. I was gone one night, I think. And so nobody had been here to check on the cats. No one had been in my apartment. I texted my girlfriend. I just said, I figured you'd tell me if you were here, but you weren't here, right? She wasn't. So the TV turned itself on, and it was on this music channel, and it was playing, it was like something like yoga. It was like a Shakti, or it was something yoga that had to do very much do with divine union. And there was a feather on the floor right when I walked in, which my cats hadn't destroyed, which is not as crazy. So anyway, these types of things, you keep getting nudges and urges. But what did I keep doing? I kept going to the same, instead of doing yoga or doing other things, going out and meeting new people, I was going to wine tastings every week, seeing the same people, the same energy that's starting to drag me down and not resonate anymore. It's lower vibrational. And other people started showing up that just weren't, vibing with me. They were just kind of some people giving me the creeps, honestly. It's like, I need to make a change. Well, the sword came down on me, forcing me to do it. So sometimes, you need to put your sword up, but if it happens to you, you need to understand there may be a better and a bigger reason for that, and look at it as a blessing, because I sure am. I've started doing yoga instead of that, and my desire to drink alcohol at all has really disseminated, and I'm just feeling better. So these are the things. It's like you want to step into the emperor, let go of the devil. It's a time of healing. It's a time of patience, temperance. I know we don't like to hear that, but it is. But if you're this, I'm getting more for it. Certainly could be for a job situation, but I'm getting more for a divine partnership, because what's coming after you get through this healing phase, and it could be, I mean, we're going to look into this in the extended to see, what's showing up specifically for February. This is the current energy, but you've got Ace of Cups and Two of Cups. Boom. I mean, this is the Holy Grail of love, and you've got the Divine Partnership card. This is absolutely beautiful. The outcome energy is Eight of Swords, which to me, I think some of us, maybe, or overcoming that feeling, realizing that you were trapping yourself in these patterns, and that once you put up your sword, boom, you can get out of it. You can close out these cycles. We've got the World, not be stuck anymore. Stop staying stuck and stagnant. It's time, you're at a crossroads, make a choice. It's time to make a choice and change up your life. That's really what I'm getting here. Like I said, we are going to look at that in the extended. I am going to pull a Power of Surrender card, because that deck is really calling to me to give a message to fire signs today. So what message? Oh, that one. Okay, we've got two. Okay. Surrender your need to always be right. Give others the gift of letting them be right. Be yielding, not rigid. This will help resolve conflicts and improve your relationships. So that's odd. It's not. And surrender obsessive thinking. If you're obsessing about a person or situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will bring you clarity or even solve the problem. So this could be some of the devil energy. Your need to always be right, perhaps admitting that a situation for you is not working anymore. It might be something that's difficult for you to admit, gosh, I was wrong. I thought that, in my situation, I thought, this person, it clearly is not who I thought he was. And it's almost just like, I can't believe that I was wrong. It was like an egoic thing, like, how could I be wrong about this? How could so many people be wrong when they thought there was something there, right? So this is saying, like, sometimes you can admit that this isn't working for you anymore, and it's time to walk away. Obsessive thinking, if you are in a divine partnership dynamic, you must let go of this devil obsessive thoughts, and changing up your routine, changing up your patterns, meeting new people, ushering in that fresh energy. That's something that will really help you do that and focus on you, focus on your self-love and your self-healing. So like I said, in the extended, we're going to pull another spread. We're going to see specifically what is coming in February, and we're going to pull a bunch of oracle cards to see what's coming as far as advice that spirit has for you. So hopefully you will join me on Vimeo. If not, either way, I wish you a beautiful month. Thank you.